Hi students, myself Chandrakant Tarkeri, Assistant Professor in Commerce, GFGWC, Bilingual. In today's class, we are discussing World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization, and it is one of the topic of global marketing, and this course is for BBA 6th semester. So in this class we are discussing WTO, World Trade, and this is the website, this is the web page of the World Trade Organization. So for more information and activity and whatever the services they are providing to the all over the world, so that information you can get in this web page wto.org, so you can also access in internet. So before discussing regarding the WTO, what is the learning outcomes of this class? So first we'll see the introduction of the WTO, then meaning of WTO, then the role of the WTO, then functions of WTO, then benefits of WTO. So let's see the introduction part in this slide. So World Trade Organization is the only international governing body that World Trade Organization replaces General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, which was created in the year 1948. So this World Trade Organization is the replacement of GATT, that is General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. Earlier the GATT is called, and it was created in 1948, that was replaced as a World Trade Organization. So from the early days of the Silk Road to the creation of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade and the birth of the WTO, trade has played an important role in supporting economic development and promoting peaceful relations among nations. This page traces the history of trade from its earliest roots to the present day. Why this GATT was introduced? So, to smooth handling of international trade between the countries, so to maintenance of that trade, and the activity is to be looked after by the GATT, and they are fixing the tariffs and they are making the rules and regulations of the international trade, and they are making some agreements also. So basically this GATT is introduced to take care of international trade. Then the WTO creation on January 1995. So the GATT was introduced in 1948 and the GATT is replaced by WTO in 1995. So the WTO creation on 1st January 1995 marked the biggest reform of international trade since the end of Second World War. Whereas the GATT mainly dealt with trade in goods, the WTO and agreement also cover trade in services and intellectual property. The birth of WTO also created new procedure for the settlement of disputes. So what will happen in GATT? They are mainly dealt with the trade in goods. But when the WTO has come into picture, when they replace GATT, so it covered both the goods and services as well as the intellectual property, as we say patent rights. So for that also the WTO has covered. Next, World Trade Organization has a crucial role to play in the international trade. global economics, political and legal issues arising in the international business because of the globalization. When the globalization is happened, there is a lot of legal issues to start a business or to do the international trade between the two countries. So the WTO has placed a very crucial role in international trade. So WTO has emerged as the world's most powerful institution for reducing trade related barriers between the countries and opening new markets. So whatever the barriers are there between the two countries, so that has to be taken care by the WTO. So to take care of that barriers, conflicts and other things, so this WTO has emerged as a World Trade Organization. The goal of WTO is to provide a fair platform for its member countries to help in services like exports, imports, and conduct their business in peaceful manner. So they will not do any favor to any countries. So whatever member countries are there with the WTO, they are treating equally. So they are doing creating the fair platform for them, and they are supporting for their exports, their imports, and how it has to be managed. The business should be managed in a peaceful way. So to taking care of that all activities, this WTO has emerged. The goal of the WTO is the improvement or increase the export and imports of the member countries. WTO, World Trade Organization. In this slide you will see the meaning of this. So the World Trade Organization is the only global international organization dealing with the rules of trade between nations. So it is an global international organization. It's dealing the rules between the countries. So how to do the business from one country to another country? What are the rules you have to follow? So how peacefully you have to import or export material from other countries. So that rules was framed by the World Trade Organization. So this rule has to be followed by the member countries. At its heart are the WTO agreements. There will be an agreements then negotiated and signed by the bulk of the world's trading nations. So who are doing the trading in between the countries, whatever the member countries are there who are doing the import and export of the materials and services. So they are negotiating with each other on the help of the WTO and ratified in their parliaments. The goal is to help producers of goods and services, exporters and importers to conduct their business. So a WTO goal, they are helping producers of goods and services, exporters and importers to conduct their business smoothly. So this is the goal of the World Trade Organization. So what is the role of WTO in international business or trade? First one, WTO facilitates implementation, administration and smooth operation of the trade agreements between the countries. So they are implementing the trade and they are administering the trade between the two countries or more than two countries, and they are helping to the member countries for their smooth operation of trade agreements. There should not be any conflict while making the agreement between the two countries. So that will be taken care by the WTO. Then it provides a forum for the trade negotiation between its member countries. So if there is an international trade, international business, so the WTO is becoming as a middleman to go for the negotiation. So they are organizing the negotiation of the two countries. So if they are facing any problem, so that problem has to be discussed with WTO, and they are doing the negotiation of their business and taking the help of the WTO. Next, settlement of disputes between the member countries through the established rules and regulations. So if there are any disputes between the two countries, for example, India is having some dispute with the USA, or USA is having some dispute, for example, in coronavirus, that one medicine, hydrochlorogen, so it is used for a plague or malaria medicines. So when the corona is extended in our country, where our country has told that we will not export the hydrochlorogen, so there is a dispute between the countries. So that time, if any disputes comes between the countries, that will be solved by the WTO. Then it cooperates with the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank in terms of making cohesiveness in making global economic policies. So these are also some of the major international boards. IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank, they are providing the loan facilities for trading activity and some other activities. So they are also looking after the businesses who is doing the import and export. For them, they are also helping. That's why. So WTO is also taking the help of these two big organizations. Overall, WTO was set up to play a very important role in the world economics through setting trade related disputes through rules, regulations, and consensus based agreement mechanisms that would prevent trade related wars between powerful countries. If there are any trade related wars between the countries, so that has to be taken care by the WTO. So like the how for coronavirus there is a WHO, World Health Organization, they are looking after this pandemic of coronavirus. So they are giving the instruction to all over the world how you have to handle that. So same way, if any disputes is there in international business, when they are doing the export and import, that time, so this WTO is helping for them. Okay, if there are any trade related disputes, conflicts, or any rules or regulations they have to follow, so that everything will be taken care by the WTO. Then what are the functions of WTO? The main functions of the WTO are administering WTO trade agreements. When the two countries are thought to do the business of import and exports, so they are approaching to the WTO. So you want to do the business of export and import between some other countries. So they are administering the trade agreements. How you have to do the agreement, the business agreement, the sales agreement, or the export and import agreement. So they are to do that agreement, they are helping to the member countries. What type of agreements you have to make, what is the currency you have to use, what how you have to create the documents. So all those things, if any member country require any information of any other countries, how their business and how you have to export to them or how you have to import to them, so that all activities will be taken care or administered by the WTO. Then providing forum for trade negotiations. Dear students, when you are also doing the business or you are running a company, so you are doing the negotiation with the purchaser or supplier of the materials or sales people. So there will be a negotiation of the price, negotiation of the quality, negotiation of the quantity. So in international trade also you have to negotiate with the parties. The material specification is required, whether that material is matching with our production or not, whether the price is convenient to us or not. So everything, whatever trade negotiations should be happen between the two countries, that will be they are creating the forum for trade negotiations. So they are providing the facilities, the member countries can approach to the WTO to do their trade negotiations. Next one, handling trade disputes. Dear students, you also observed for purchasing a small quantity or small thing also, you are also visiting to the shop. So if the requirement, whatever you required, if that is not satisfying the material, for example some cosmetics, so if that cosmetics is not satisfying you, then you will go to shop and he will have a conflict with the seller. So same thing in international trade also, if any disputes regarding the materials, regarding the quality, regarding the quantity, regarding the price, regarding the shipment schedules, so whatever the disputes will be there, that will be handled by the WTO. So they are handling the trade disputes also. Next, monitoring members' trade policies. This is very important functions of the WTO. So every country has making their own trade policies. When they are making the international trade policies, they have to take suggestions from the WTO. So whatever trade policies are created by the member countries, on that all trade policies they are monitoring that, whether their trade policies are affecting any other countries import or exports, so that will also look after by the WTO. So individual countries are making their trade policies separately, but that trade policies has to be monitored by the WTO. Next, providing technical assistance and training to developing and least developed economies. So this is also one of the important functions of the WTO. So here they are providing the technical assistance also. If any company, any importer, any exports required any assistance regarding the technology, so that also they are providing the assistance for that. And if any least developed economies are there, for them they are providing the training facilities also for their better development. So if any country is having the natural resources but they are unable to do the export and they are unable to take the mining activity because they are least developed economies, so that time they are helping for them also, they are training how to do the export and all, how to you have to do the mining activity, for that they are helping to the other least developed economies also. So next, cooperating with other international organizations. So as I told in my earlier slide, so they are cooperating with the IMF, World Bank and some other organizations also. So if any country required any financial assistance for doing the import and exports, so that time they are approaching the World Bank or International Monetary Fund for giving them the loans. So for that loan they are taking the loan and they are doing the business. My dear students, these are the functions of WTO. Yes students, what are the benefits of WTO? ಏನು ಈ WTO ದ ಲಾಭಗಳೇನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. So first one, the system helps promote peace. So the WTO is helping to the member countries. The system helps promote peace. Where there is an international trade between the countries, there this WTO is helping the peace transactions. There should not be any conflicts. They are promoting the peace between the countries. This sounds like an exaggerated claim and it would be wrong to make too much of it. Nevertheless, the system does contribute to international peace, and if you understand why, we have a clearer picture of what the system actually does. So what will happen? They are promoting the peace between the countries. Next, disputes are handled constructively. So they are, as I explained in the functions also, they are handling the disputes in a constructive way. So as trade expands in volume, in the numbers of product traded and in the numbers of countries and companies trading, there are more opportunities for trade disputes to arise. So the WTO system helps resolve these disputes peacefully and constructively. Where there is an transactions between two countries, so there is always a disputes. So that dispute should be handled by the WTO. So my dear students, this is the source where I have taken this benefits of WTO. For more explanations or more informations you required, so you can visit this website. You can visit this website. Next, rules make life easier for all. So whatever member countries are there, around 153 countries are there, maybe it's some more now. Rules make life easier for all. The WTO cannot claim to make all countries equal. As you heard, all are not equal in a economically. So some are developed countries, some are developing countries, some are undeveloped countries. So they are helping all the member countries. They are not making all equals in economical conditions, but every every country has to do the international trade in a peaceful manner. But it does not reduce some inequalities, giving smaller countries more voice and at the same time freeing the major powers from the complexity of having to negotiate trade agreements with each of their numerous trading partners. So they are also taking care of rules make life easier for all. Then pre-trade cuts the cost of living. We are all consumers. The prices we pay for our food and clothing, our necessities and luxuries, and everything else in between are affected by trade policies. My dear students, if the crude oil prices get increased, so automatically that will affect our life also. So other material costs will get increased also. So because of that, this was helping to cut the cost of living. When in your country, if you are getting this material very costly, once you are importing from other countries, so the price may be less. So that time there is a competitive price, the material will be available. It provides more choice of products and qualities. My dear students, you may be aware you will get lot of many things of imported materials in our country. So, for example, for Deepavali festivals, you can find n number of lightings. So that all are imported from China. So you are having a more quality products. When there is an international trade, you are getting the options of many more products to buy. So it provides more choice of products and qualities, so you are getting the good quality products also. So this is one of the benefit of WTO to the member countries. Then trade raises incomes. So when there is a more trade between the countries, so automatically the income will be in a higher side. Lowering trade barriers allows trade to increase, which adds to incomes, national incomes and personal incomes, but some adjustment is necessary. See, when there is a more trade, when you are doing the more business, and automatically your profit will get increased. So once your profit is get increased, you have to pay the tax on that. So here what happened? The national income also is gone increased, and as well as the personal income is also increased. So it is the one of the benefit of the WTO. Trade stimulates economic growth. Trade clearly has the potential to create jobs when there is a more businesses. My dear students, please understand this point. When there is a more business, the manufacturer has to produce more. When he has to produce more product, he requires more number of employees to produce that. So there is a chain. Once the sales is increased, you have to increase the production. If you want to increase the production, you have to buy the more material of raw materials. So the supply chain is also there. So there is a lot number of job creation will be in a higher side. So that was helping for the economic growth of the member countries. So trade clearly has the potential to create jobs. In practice, there is often factual evidence that lower trade barriers have been good for employment. But the picture is complicated by a number of factors. Nevertheless, the alternative protectionism is not the way to tackle employment problems. There will be employment problems, but when there is a more trade, my dear students, you may be reading the newspaper in present conditions, in COVID-19 conditions. So because of lockdown all over the world, the international trade is stopped. Very little bit, very little international trade is going to happen, and the productions are stopped. Because of that, there is a problem of employment. The companies are removing the employees. As I read in the newspaper, the Oman country, they are sending the Indian employees to their countries because of this COVID-19 lockdown. They are unable to do the manufacturing activity, so that's why they are also unable to pay the payment to the employees. That's why they are sending some employees to our countries. So sometimes it will happen. So that's why we require more international trade to increase our economic growth also. So the basic principle make life more efficient. Many of the benefits of the trading system are more difficult to summarize in numbers, but they are still important. They are the result of essential principle at the heart of the system, and they make life simpler for the enterprises directly involved in trade and for the producers of goods and services. So here what happened, the basic principle make life more efficient. So when there is a rules and regulations, when there is a principle in doing the international trade, so that will help for your life to do your business in a more efficient way. So that's why when you have a basic principle, automatically there is a more efficiency. Then governments are shielded from lobbying. The GATT WTO system, which evolved in the second half of the 20th century, helps governments to take more balanced view of trade policy. When the WTO and GATT is helping to their member countries to create the trade policies in their countries. So governments are better placed to defend themselves against lobbying from narrow interest groups by focusing on trade-offs that are made in the interest of everyone in the economy. So the WTO and GATT is helping the member countries' government to create the trade policies, and there should not be any lobbying activity in that. So this is also one of the benefit. The system encourages good government. Under WTO rules, once a commitment has been made to liberalize a sector of trade, it is difficult to reverse. The rules also discourage a range of unwise policies. For business, that means greater certainty and clarity about trading conditions. For governments, it can often mean good discipline. So the system is encouraging the good government. So which government is helping for the international trade? Definitely that government is very good in their countries. So if there is no international trade, your economy will get down. My dear students, I will give a best example. You may be seeing every day our rupee rate against the dollar is very less. For $1 you have to pay 75 rupees. My dear students, please understand the concept. When you are exporting more, you are getting the more currency of dollar. When you are having much currency of dollar, then automatically your rupee will get appreciate. But here what will happen? Our import is more. You are demanding more dollars. When there is a high demand for dollars, so you have to make the payment in a more also. So that's why against the dollar you are paying more money. My dear students, the government has to encourage to do the international business. So that's why our Indian government also promoting the SEZs, then economic export oriented units. So these are all concentrating to do the only export productions. they are concentrating to the manufacturing materials that has to be exported to other countries. So the government is also encouraging them. So if they are buying any material, the tax should not be paid. So the government is also encouraging to increase their international business. My dear students, these are all the benefits of international. My dear students, these are the references which I got this information to create this class. You can also visit these websites and you can get the more informations. Thank you. Thank you, my dear students.